excited to be sitting here with Joel Judge from San Luis Obispo. He will be judging the heifer show at the Blackout Jackpot. We're real excited to have you here and looking forward to see what you do today. You're going to give us a little bit of your background in the livestock industry.
Born and raised in Bakersfield, California. Family raised hogs when I was younger. We had some commercial cows and farm. Graduated Cal Poly in San Luis Obispo in animal science, ag business. Started in the cattle side about 1983. So I've been involved in the cattle business for over 30 years now, or right at 30. My family and I, we run Shorthorns, Angus, some Sim-Angus cattle, and a group of commercial cows, fall calving commercial cows, which due to the drought this last fall, we dispersed all of our fall calving commercial cows. Been judging livestock shows for about 25 years. My family and I, we show quite a bit still. My oldest is at Oklahoma State now in the judging program. And middle is a senior high school, probably heading towards that area, and then my youngest is just a freshman in high school. So I'm pretty involved, pretty active and stuff. And probably my most favorite thing in the world is judging livestock shows.
Well, you're in the right place to do that. Then I know we're not Houston or a national show, but we're a start for some of them. I know Colorado's a little bit different than California, so what are your thoughts about being out here to judge this jackpot? I know you've been in the state before, but what's it like now in the spring?
Well, when I left home it was 78 degrees. I packed my straw hat and some light shirts. And this morning I showed up and I looked out the window and it's snowing. So I thought, well, I'm really not prepared for this. So my thoughts are you know, good cattle are good cattle, no matter if they're in Texas or Colorado or Illinois or wherever those are. I mean, everyone's going to have their own personal preferences about what they like. Steers are easy for me because there's just certain kind of fat steers I like.
I'm a steer girl.
I like them to look like fat steers even when they're babies. We've fed so many of them, you kind of see that. Heifers is probably a little bit more subjective, but if you ever would come and see how we run cows and how mountainous and things like that, our priorities probably have changed just a little bit maybe than from what I'd see when you go to Oklahoma or Texas. You know, those cattle are a little flatter country, easier country, and they can adapt and change some things. So you know, my selection pressure probably is a little bit more biased by just what I know works for us and stuff like this, and where I see cows really work in the environment where I just can see them now and say, those probably just aren't going to be my type.
Well, we're really looking forward to seeing what you do out there today. And as far as the weather goes, it's Colorado, so you got snow, and I'm sure Amanda's going to get sunshine tomorrow. So
well, I'm sure she is.
Luck of the draw on that. Well, good luck today, and thank you again for coming out here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I left the lid on the stove open. The lid on the stove open. It wasn't cool today.
On the Blackout side, we're going to begin the grand championship selection for the breeding heifer show. Out of the Angus division, we have Austin Wieselmeyer. The reserve is Morgan Kenneth. Champion Keys is exhibited by Alyssa Porter, and the reserve is Skylar Miller. Champion Hereford is exhibited by Trista Leibach, and reserve Stratton Waterway. Beta Midland will be exhibiting the grand champion Mina and Jew. The reserve is Petey Miller. Coming out of the senior division is Taylor Head, reserve Emma Midland. The champion Shorthorn is exhibited by Amber Thormansgaard. Champion Scimitar, Austin Hua. The champion ALB female was exhibited by Ashley Oshler, reserve Tina Reichenstein. The champion Scimitar was exhibited by Austin Reichenstein, the reserve Morgan Burke. And coming out of the commercial division is Whitney Walker, the reserve being exhibited by Taylor Head. Let's give all of these kids a round of applause.
I do.
I'd like to give a special thank you to the sponsors of the Blackout Heifer Show. The champion heifer, who will be awarded $1,000, is sponsored by H2 Enterprises. The reserve heifer, who will be awarded $750, was sponsored by In-N-Out Hauling. Northern Feed and Feed sponsored the third overall heifer, who will be receiving $500. The fourth overall heifer was sponsored by Sunglow Feeds for $250. And the fifth overall heifer was sponsored by Youngblood Enterprises for $150. Thank you very much to the top 5 sponsors.
$2,000.
I think that for me, I like to see these cattle get out. I like to see them walk. I like to see them have a lot of belly to them. Some people just say, well, you get too hung up on those things. But after you run cows for a lot of years in a lot of places where we run cows and we do things, and you get kicked in the head hard enough, and as many times as you do, you'll start learning some lessons. And so I think that other people will select different types of cattle that maybe might not be exactly the same type. And if you can go and you can make money with those cattle, I applaud you. I'm not one to go and judge anybody of the type and the kind that's going to go and work for you, that you're going to make money with and make a living with. Because that's really what we're trying to do, those of us involved in the cattle industry as well. We're out here with these young people, we're trying to make really top individuals, trying to make really good young people. There's great stories here today, talk about all these young people, not only just what they do in the show ring, or maybe what you've done as far as raising them and getting them out here, but what they go and do in other places, judging experiences, FFA experiences, other leadership, things like that as well. So I think it's a tremendous program. This is just one step of the way. We all love to compete, we all like to go out here, and everybody likes to win, and I think that's extremely important too. I think getting a competitive advantage. But coming back out here with these heifers, for me, they all are pretty close to the same. Got a lot of rib to them, they can get out there and get on the go, they have a nice look to them as well. Nobody likes to go out and look at ugly cattle. I don't like to go out and look at ugly cattle. You don't like to have your neighbors come over and look at ugly cattle. You have to have something you want to be proud of, something you like to go and look at as well. Let's give them a nice round of applause, and we'll take one more look, and we'll start picking your champions out here. It's been a privilege. Thank you to the Reed family for having me for the Blackout 2. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Like I said, once again, a really great set of kids.
Congratulations, young man. You'll be really good.
She deserves it. She ran all the way in from outside. All right, coming in from the English division, we have Jason Frank from Rain, Colorado, with their steer that weighed 933 pounds. Steer is a Rodman out of an English cow. She purchased it from Tim Becker, and it was raised by Becker Show Cattle. The champion Charlotte was exhibited by Beta Vickland. Champion Key is Beta Vickland. The champion Hereford is Connor Hogan. Champion Maine was exhibited by Dalton Lynn from Eaton, Colorado. Champion Shorthorn was exhibited by David Smith. The champion Scimitar was exhibited by Austin Reichenstein. The champion Crossbred was exhibited by Bailey Krupa. And the champion Market Heifer was exhibited by Emma Vickers. I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors for the top 5 steers at this year's Blackout Show. The champion steer, who will receive $1,000, is sponsored by In-N-Out Oil Field. The reserve champion steer, who will receive $750, is sponsored by Miller HFI. The third overall steer will be awarded $500, sponsored by Northern King and Bean. Fourth overall steer will receive $250, sponsored by Sunglow Feeds. The fifth overall steer will be awarded $150, sponsored by Youngblood Enterprises. Thank you very much to these sponsors. Without your donations, this show would not be possible.
Let's put our hands together for a great group of champion and reserve steers that we have out here today. So most of you guys I know along the ring, and I bought cattle from a few of you guys, and most of you see me pacing along the ring watching my sister's show, but not very many of you get to see me inside the ring and giving me the opportunity to evaluate your cattle, and it has been a lot of fun. I've truly enjoyed it from the top first class of the day to the last class of the day, and that goes just to the Reed family and Showtimes magazines for allowing me here. I know the work, I know the time, I know the money and effort that it takes to put one of these on, and I think before you guys leave here, I challenge each one of you exhibitors to just go up to that family and just tell them thank you, because there's not very many shows around here where you do not have to pay a single entry to come and get evaluated. And with that, let's put our hands together for the Reed family and the Showtime magazine for giving us this opportunity. I think you step back out and you try to look at these cattle, and I try to say, keep them practical and functional from the ground up. And you know, I'm not smart enough to tell you what these things are going to look like at 1350 next year at Kansas City or your state fair at Denver. I'm not going to tell you what these things are going to mature like, because my family, my sister got to come out here with me today. We've shown numerous steers, and some that wins prospect steers do not turn out. So today I just judge them with what I saw, what I see, and what I think their future might be, and still maintaining a show steer look. And when you get out here and see each division, each breed division, I think they truly represent what we're trying to do in the industry, what we're trying to do on the commercial side, but still maintaining a show steer look. And all of these, I think you could pick each one of them and still justify the reasoning behind them, because there's some quality here standing within this ring. With that said, I think there's 3 or 4 that stick out, but just out here in the champions, not thinking about the reserves that are in the back there behind me. But there's a steer out here, I'm just going to say it. I think he's a man amongst boys, guys. When you truly study this one from the ground up, he's pretty unique. He's pretty genuine, he's pretty designed. He's well in terms of his skeleton. That neck comes right out of the top of his shoulder, and with that freaking neck and having that much rib and that much flank, and you get behind him, he's stout and powerful. And you set him in motion, he just overwhelms you even more. That's a steer that comes out of the crossbred division. I think one that's pretty unique in terms of the way you're going to build one. If someone wanted to say, yeah, he's a round-hipped one, I wouldn't argue one bit, but I think that's getting really critical of a good steer. The steer right ahead of him, I think it's your meat and potatoes kind of steer. He's probably your biggest bodied and your deepest sided and the most true from the top of his skeleton down to the lower portion of his skeleton. He's not geek-necked, he has a little more chest, he's not super cool fronted, but when you study him from his shoulder back, he's got some rib, he's got some product working within him. I think that's going to be a nice feeding steer in the near future. The young man steer I liked in terms of just mobility. You set it in motion, he's sound, he's good, he's functional. You get behind him, he's got some shape, he's got some muscle to him. Really good looking from the side. Probably not as fresh as some other steers out here in terms of his look, but I think a steer you got to compete in terms of keep him in contention out here for your top 5. The young lady steer that's giving her a little trouble, one that's huge middle, deep-sided, big bone, big-footed, a steer that's really stout when you get behind him. He's got a little more chest than I would like. I know he's starting to get into a little mature in terms of his design, but I'd like to take that chest floor and tuck it up into him a little bit, but from his shoulder back, so good middle, so stout, so big boned and footed, the young lady does a good job of getting one shown. I think those 4 steers in my mind are in contention out here, and I still don't forget about the reserves that are sitting back in the back. So with that said, I'm going to, before I check your selection of your champion steer, I'm going to challenge each one of you exhibitors. I grew up in the show ring as long as my sisters as well. I know the time, I know the money. Instead of going to Hawaii, we're all here showing cattle because I know it takes a lot of time and money to travel. I don't know where any of you guys are from. I don't know if you're just from Colorado or if you're all over the states, but I challenge each and one of you to go outside when you're done with this selection and you thank your parents. Because without your parents, you would not be showing cattle. And then the second person I challenge you to thank is the guys or the girls that are getting them ready. We probably don't thank them enough. We probably don't say, hey, thanks guy, you really got that one fitted really well. I got a compliment in the ring for having a highly fitted one. Thank them, because without them, you would not be here. So with that said, let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause, and I'll go select your champion or reserve.
Champion steer came out of the crossbred division and was exhibited by Bailey Krupa. I'd say that lady had a really good day. Coming in with the reserve crossbred steer is Breland Frank. The reserve champion steer, also out of the crossbred division, was exhibited by Breland Frank. Third overall out of the key division is Native Influence. Coming in with his reserve key is Tate DePorter.
You gotta turn better.
Calves look better.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's nice. All right, I gotta back up, Mom.
If you want to move that way a little bit just so your legs don't, there you go.
Oh, I got black bait, so.
Yep.
From the